persistence operations. Okay. One session object for each persistence operation. Are you getting my point there or not? Come on, guys. One session object per related persistence operation is the best strategy. Okay. Right now we are planning to develop one web application here. Okay. So I'm asking question. One request, one session. One request, one session is better, is better, or one session per one request is better. Okay. One session per one session for one session for tell me one session for all persistence operations of one session per each persistence operation is better. I'm raising one question. I hope you are analyzing that. One session per one request is better. One session per each persistence operation is better. One session per each persistence operation is better. Come on, guys. I want reply from you people. One request, one session object, boss. Okay. One request means one session object. Not I Servlet JSP sessions ra babu. Suppose one request is doing 2-3 persistence operation. Better to take 2-3 session objects or better to complete all persistence operation using same session object. Better to complete all persistence operation using same session object. So my choice is always this is the good. This is the good thought, right? One session object per one request is better thought. One session object per one request is thought. Okay, now listen. I have a request. I have a request one. What it is doing. First of all, it has to load the record. It has to get the prod details. What details here? Prod details. Okay, in the prod details, there will be vendor ID. Okay, by using prod details, request one is sending PID. Using PID as the criteria, it has to get the product details. Okay, by submitting that product ID and we got vendor details, and by submitting vendor ID, VID, I should get the vendor details. Tell me, boss, I should get the vendor details. Tell me, boss, one request, two persistence operations. If I go for second strategy, if I go for what? Second strategy, year one session object, year one session object. Very bad or not? Year one session object, year one session object. Very bad or not? But if I go for first strategy, okay, I meant to say sorry. Okay, if I go for what? First strategy, year one session object, year one session object. Come on here. Okay. But if I go for second strategy, come on, come on. One session object per related persistence operation. Okay, here and here, same session object will be utilized or not. Here and here, same session object will be utilized or not. Come on, guys. Here and here, same session object will be utilized or not. Come on. Understanding my statement there or not there? Okay, boss. Here session 1, here session 2. If I implement this one according to strategy 1, what is that? According to strategy 1. Strategy 1. According to strategy 1, year 1 session object, year 1 session object. Okay. If I implement same concept, by using strategy 2, here and here same session will be utilized or not. Here and here same session will be utilized or not. Come on, guys. Come on. Request is one only. Request is one only. Request is giving PID only. I submitted PID to get the product details. As part of product details, somehow it has gathered what? Vendor ID. By submitting vendor ID, I want to get what? Vendor details. So request is one, but it has to get the two details. One product details, other one is what? Vendor details. Are you getting my point there? One is product details, other one is what? Vendor details. But here, if I use two session object, that's a bad practice. I have to use same session object. I have to use same session object. Are you getting my point there or not? Okay. Sir, for vendor ID, how does it is second request, Babu? In the same request, two persistence operation. End user point of view, how many requests? Vikash Misra. Requesting database from end user point of view, it's the same request only, na? Request is same, but two persistence operations are happening, right? Okay, boss. Now listen. In DAO class, I have written code like this. In DAO class, I have written code like this. Public, come on. Okay, public, everyone should focus. Public, here what is there? Public product, get product ID, get product into PID. Yeah, here what is the problem? Session SCS is equal to hibernate. If I run the old code, hibernate util dot get session. Hibernate util dot get session. Super. Okay, session. Now tell me, product P is equal to session dot get okay, product dot class comma PID. Product dot class comma PID. Understanding my point there or not there? Super great. Product dot class comma PID. We got the product object. Fine, I'm happy with that. Okay. Now, what I'm interested here is, what I am interested here is get to vendor details, get to vendor details, get to product details. Okay, boss, get to vendor details. Vendor vendor v is equal to session dot get vendor dot class vid, vendor dot class vid, session dot get vendor dot class vid. Are you getting my point there or not? Okay, but what is vid? Vid is not there. P dot get vendor id, P dot get vid, P dot get vid. Okay, some written statement, right? Don't worry. Okay, now here how I am going to write the code. Public vendor get vendor. Come on, public vendor. Yo, mistake is mine. Mistake is mine. Here I have to call get vendor method. Let us assume method is like this. Vendor v is equal to get vendor get vid. This is my thought. This is my thought. Okay. Get vendor into vid. Get vendor into vid. Super. Okay. Session SCS is equal to hibernate util dot get session. Here also I am writing the code hibernate util dot get session. Okay. Okay. Next what? Get vendor details. Get vendor details. What is this? Vendor v is equal to, okay, session dot get vendor dot class comma vid, okay, some written statements and all this stuff. Okay, now you observe request one has come here, request one has come here, request one has come here. Are you understanding my point there? Okay, request, sir, session dot get vendor. How it is possible, Ra Babu? How it is session dot get vendor, boss? Where is session dot get vendor? That is not there, na. Vikash Misra, you are in old dunya, Ra Babu. This is request one. Vikash Misra, where is session dot get vendor? Not there. You are asking about that one which is not there. I changed that code long back. This is one. Okay. Yeah. Control goes to this B. Session one object. Tell me here. C. Here session one. Array, it creates separate session object or not? Come on. Session object. Okay. This product has come by using session one. D. This product has come by using session one. Now I am calling another method, E. Control goes to this. Tell me, boss. Tell me whether it will give same session or different session. Whether it will give same session or different session. Whether it will give same session or different session. I want reply. Whether it will give same session or different session. I call hibernate dot util dot get session. Yet whether it will give same session or different session. My dear worst fellow, how does it will give same session? Tell me. This util dot get session internally calls open session method. Open session method, what's happening? What's happening? It will return new session object. New session object means it is going to be what? Session 2. Session 2. If you assume in the brain, it won't give in the same session. New session is opened because hibernate util dot get session internally calls what? New session. Okay. Using that new session only, we got a new object. What is that? New object. What is that? Using new session. Using new session. Come on, guys. Okay. Now tell me here what's happening. I. Okay. Then we'll come to this J. Yeah. But listen, one request is doing two persistence operation. One is to get the product. One is to get the vendor. One is to get the product. One is to get the vendor. Come on, guys. One is to get the product. One is to get the vendor. But how many persistence operation it is happening, boss? Two. How many requests? One. But we are taking two session. Wrong practice or not? Wrong practice or not? Come on. Wrong practice. It should not be like this. It should not be like this. It should not be like this. Okay, here one request is performing two persistence operations. Two persistence operations by using two different session objects. Two different session objects. Two different session objects. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Two different session objects. It should not happen. It should not happen like this. So bad practice. What is that? Bad practice. Okay, bad practice. Someone gives one worst solution. Sir, declare this session outside the method, problem is solved. Okay, in my DAO, 20 methods are there. You want to see all 20 methods related, all persistence operation using same session object? Sai Kiran, Sai Krishna, 20 methods are there. Only 1-2 methods are doing related persistence operation. Remaining methods are doing individual persistence operation. You want to see all 20 methods using same session object? Bad thought. Bad thought. So that is not going to work out. Whatever existing style is there, that is using what? One session object for each persistence operation. Are you understanding my point there? One session object for each persistence operation. No, sir. I want to see one session object per each request. Let the request perform one persistence operation, two persistence operation, three persistence operation, or 10 persistence operation. But I want to see one request performing. One request means one session object. For all related persistence operation of that request, same session object should be utilized. Same session object will be utilized. Someone is saying, sir, in get vendor method, pass session object also. Someone wants to get only vendor here, not product. Then that time he will supply session object. Rest fellows. Someone has given great thought. While calling get vendor along with vendor ID, please pass session object also, sir. Same session object. What's the problem? Someone not interested. Someone not interested. Come on. Someone not interested. Someone not interested to create. Someone not interested to get the product details. Someone is interested to get only vendor details. Tell me, he will call method by using vendor ID and session object as arguments. That's the wrong designing. Tell all your solutions. Tell, I want to see how much you can analyze. I want to see how much you can analyze. Create thread for every request and create one session. Listen, Rakesh, for every request, thread is automatically created. You need not to create. For every request, thread is automatically created. You know that, right? Sir, take single method. Single method is not good. Why? Modularity will be killed. Modularity. Praveen Kumar class level session already discussed. That's a old problem. That is not going to work out. Maybe at that time you are sleeping, Praveen Kumar. Class level session is already discussed. Declare session outside the method. That discussion, that solution is already given. Okay. Siddhartha, still I have not introduced that get current session. Don't show your smartness now. Don't show your smartness now. Yeah. Now listen carefully. Listen. Array, I don't want to pass session object, Ra Babu. If I pass session object, it will be problem, na? Web-based layered application. 15th. Okay. Yeah, it's possible, boss. It's possible. It's possible. Yeah, very simple, boss. You have to create session object on one per thread basis because one request means one thread will be there. For every request, okay, for every request, one thread will be there. Okay. Now listen. When you want to create any object on thread scope, having thread scope from JDK 1.4 onwards, we got a beautiful concept called thread local. What concept here? Thread local. Solution is okay. Okay. Create HB session object. Okay. On one per thread oblique request basis. Okay. And use that session object for multiple persistence operations performed by that thread or request. Multiple persistence operation performed by that thread or request. Okay. By taking the support of thread local. By taking the support of what? Thread local. And using that session object and use that session object for multiple persistence operation by performed by the thread or request by taking the support of thread local. Are you getting my point there? So now I am introducing thread local, boss. Array, don't worry. Thread local is such a concept here. Thread local allows one thread to keep one object at a time. But The thread who kept that object, that thread only can access the object. No other thread can access the object. So if I keep any data in thread local, its scope is thread scope, specific to that thread who has placed it. First thread placed, only first thread can access it. Second thread placed that object, only second thread can access it. No other thread can access it. Understanding my point there? But at a time, one thread can keep how many objects here? Only one object. Thread local allows each thread to keep one object at a time, one object at a time, and allows and 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 also and allows respective thread, and also allows only respective thread accessing or modifying or deleting its object. Deleting its object. Okay. Given from Java 1 JDK 1.4. JDK 1.4. Okay. But generic support is added from come on, added from Java 6. Okay, this indirectly makes object oblique data as thread safe. Thread safe. Are you getting my point there or not there? Yes. Thread safe also, yeah, because same thread can access, it does not allow other thread to access. Are you getting my point? It indirectly, yes, boss. Making data as what? Thread safe. Okay, now listen. Let us feel this is our thread local object, boss. What object? Thread local object. Thread local object. Fine. Thread 1 or request 1. Array, as you know that every request will give one thread. Okay, na? Servlet programming, every request will give one thread. Okay, kept one session object. It has called one method called set method. Set method is there to keep the session object. Session 1, kept one session object. Okay. So because of that, what happened, boss? Thread 1 has got session 1 object. Thread 1 has got session 1 object. Thread 1 has got session 1 object. Fine, boss. Next, we are having thread 2. Okay. We are having thread 2. Thread 2 also calling set method, set session 2. This is the thread 2 or request 2. Okay. Now tell me here what happened. Okay. Thread 2 comma session 2 object. Thread 2 comma session 2 object. thread 2 comma session 2 object. Set session 1, set session 2. Are you getting my point there? Array for thread local, generic support is added from, okay, JDK 1.6. Are you getting my point? Yes. But generic support for thread local is added from Java 6. Generics are introduced from Java 5 only. For thread local, generic support is added from Java 6. Try to show some maturity, Ra Babu. Come on. Someone saying that, sir, generics are introduced from Java 5, na? If you don't study statement properly, that kind of wrong meanings only you will take. But generic support is added from Java 6 to whom? Thread local, hurry home. Read English statement completely, my dear. Hmm. Fine, boss. Hmm. Now tell me here, any thread can read or suppose here is thread 1. Here is what thread 1. Thread 1 is calling get method. Thread 1 is calling get method. Hmm. Thread 1 is calling which method? Get method. Tell me, any object will come or only session 1 object will come? Come on, guys. Any object will come or session object will come? Only session 1 will come. It does not allow to get any object you want, right? Okay. Next, here is my thread to oblique request to. Thread to oblique request to. Come on, guys. It is calling which method? Again, get method. It is calling which method? Array. I'm selecting wrong background. Okay. It is calling get method. Which method? Get method. Yeah, get method. Here is my what object will come? Session 2 will come. What will come here? Session 2 will come. Are you comfortable with me or not there? So what's the final conclusion? Final conclusion is very simple. It allows each thread to keep one object and allows same thread to access it, to modify it and delete it. That's it. That's it. That's the one point that you have to remember. Okay. Now you observe. Now you observe. Okay. Thread local API, na? Okay. How to create, how to write code for that. Thread local, thread local, session thread local is equal to new thread local of. I created thread local object, boss. Now, how to keep data in thread local? Thread local. Okay, let us assume all these are happening from request one oblique thread one. Let us assume this entire code is happening. Thread local dot set session one. Super. Okay, if this is to place, this is to add, to put object in thread local. To put object in thread local. This is to put object in thread local. Yes, boss. This is to put object in thread local. Next. Next, to get object from thread local. To get object from thread local. Tell me here what is that? Thread local. Mhm. Okay. Session 1 is equal to thread local dot get. Thread local dot get. This is to put to this is to get. To modify object of thread local. Generally we don't do, but if you want to do, okay, if you want to do, tell me here, thread local dot again set method. Thread local dot set. Instead of session 1, let us assume I kept session 10. Yeah, session 1 is now replaced with session 10. Session 1 is now replaced with session 10. Come on. To remove object from thread level, thread local. Thread local dot remove off. You have to call which method? Thread local dot remove off. Are you getting my point there or not there? That's great. That's great. Okay. Now, concentrate. Array, thread local is internally hash map was. Can we keep different objects in thread local? Thread local allows only one object per one thread, only one object. That too, when you take generics, how does it allows other objects, Ra Babu? Sai Krishna, after listening entire Ramayana, we have taken with generics na Babu. Can since you have taken thread local with generic object, since you have taken thread local with what generics, you cannot keep different object. All objects now should be session only. But if you take integer, only integer object. Float here, float object. XYZ, only XYZ object. But multiple objects can be there for multiple threads. But one thread, one object. Come on. One thread, one object. I hope Sai Krishna, you got idea. Okay. Thread local. Thread local is internally. Array, it's not a great thing, Ra Babu. Thread local is internally. Thread local is internally. Thread local is internally. Hash map. Hash map. Hash map collection. Having thread name as the keys. Thread names as the keys. Thread names as the keys and values as the objects as the values. Objects as the values. Keys cannot be duplicated, na? That's the reason. Okay, for every thread, only one object. Here is my what? Hash map object. What object here? Hash map object. Thread 1, session 1 object. Thread 2, session 2 object. Session 2 object. Yeah, these can be duplicated. Values can be duplicated, but keys cannot be duplicated. Come on, guys. Values can be duplicated, but can you duplicate the keys? Okay, thread names as the keys, objects as the values. Understanding my point? Yes. Different scopes. Different scopes in standalone Java application. Standalone Java application. So far, you know local scope, instance scope, class scope. Local scope, instance scope, object specific, class specific, static variables. What variables here? Static variables, all these are having what? Okay, now I'm introducing new scope called thread scope. Introducing new scope called thread scope. Are you getting my point there? Yes. Different scopes in web application. Different scopes in web application. Page scope. Come on. Array J&A is not a scope, Ra Babu. That is outside the thing, na? Outside the application. page scope, request scope, session scope, application scope. But now again, I'm introducing one more scope called thread scope here. Officially not there, but I'm introducing one more new scope called what? Thread scope. Specific to one JSP, specific to one request, specific to one session, one browser software, specific to one application, specific to one thread, specific to one thread. Okay. I think 1 minute. In web application, request scope, thread scope, one and the same. Request scope, thread scope, one and the same. Why? Because for one request, one thread. Now that's why. Request scope, thread scope, one and the same. Yes, 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 yes. For every request, one thread will be created. Now that's why. For every request, one thread will be created. Now that's why. Everyone getting my point? Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Okay, now tell me. In my web application development, when I decided to take session object, one per related persistence operation, one per each request, but all persistence operations of that request should use same session object. So I should improvise my Hibernate util.java or not? Come on, guys. I should improvise my Hibernate util.java or not there? Come on. First, I will write manually, but same effect we can bring through Hibernate also. Same effect we can bring through Hibernate also. Are you getting my point? Same effect we can bring through Hibernate also. Okay. Improved Hibernate util.java. Improved Hibernate util.java to implement one session object per related persistence operations strategy. One session object for related persistence strategy. One session object for one session object for related persistence operation strategy. That means in web application or standalone application, one request or task related all persistence operations will take place by using same session object. Hey, I'm talking about Hibernate session object or HB session object. One here, it's not Servlet JSP session object, Babu. It is Hibernate session object. Right now, I'm seriously talking about Hibernate session object. Yes, boss. Now let's see. Here is my Hibernate util.java. Super boss. Here is my Hibernate util.java. Public class Hibernate util. Public class Hibernate util. Everyone focus. Yes, private. I'm taking static, boss. I'm taking static. Static. Why? Are long back we developed Hibernate util. Okay. I'm taking static. Thread local as a static. Why? All my methods are static method. Generally, utility class contains everything as what? Static. Private static, come on. Hmm. Private static. Private static. Thread local. Thread local. What is that? Session. Session. Thread local is equal to new thread local of. Fine. Next one. Private static session factory. Private static session factory. That's good. That's good. Tell me here what is this? Public. No, not it's not a. There is a static block. There is a static block. Tell me here. Try configuration. CFZ is equal to new configuration of. Yes. Okay. Next. CFZ dot configure. CFZ dot configure. Com slash nt slash. What is this? Application context dot xml. Com slash nt slash. Oh, sorry. Slash com slash CFZ slash. Hibernate dot. Tell me. Hibernate dot CFZ dot xml. What dot xml? Hibernate dot CFZ dot xml. After that, hibernate dot CFZ dot xml. Factory is equal to CFZ dot build session factory. CFZ dot build session factory. Catch exception e dot print stack trace. Yes, boss. Right. That is quite regular one. That's a regular code. Tell me. Public static session get session. Session get session. Okay. Public static session get session. I'm calling which method here? Get session method. Which method? Get session method. Are you comfortable with me or not? Come on, guys. Public static session get session. Public static session get session. I should create session object only if it is not there in the thread local. Only when it is not there in the thread local. If it is already there in the thread local, come on. You should collect from the thread local itself. Now let's see. Session SCS is equal to null. Session SCS is equal to null. If thread local dot get thread local dot get it is equal to null. If it is not there in the thread local, if it is not there in the thread local, come on, guys. If it is not there in the thread local, then what is this? Thread local, thread local. If it is not there in the thread local, if it is already not there in the thread local, otherwise, why to write multiple times? Okay. Get session object from thread local. SCS is equal to SCS is equal to what is that? Thread local dot get. Thread local dot get. Tell me if SCS double equal to null after trying to get it from thread local. If it is SCS double equal to null, come on here, null. Then what is that? and factory not equal to null. Factory is created, thread local is not there. Come on, factory is created, thread local is session is not there in the thread local, factory is successfully created. So then what? Factory dot open session. I think you are using your brain. Come on, guys. Session is equal to factory dot open session. Then what is next? Thread local dot set session. Thread local dot set session. If condition here, another if condition here, if condition here, another if condition here, return session. If session object is already there, it is not null, then return existing session. Come on, guys, come on. If session object is already there, you return the session object. If not there, create and put into thread local. End of the get session. End of the get session. Come on, are you understanding my statement? Right. Now I have to think about closing session, boss. Public static void close session SCS earlier. If session not equal to null, earlier if session not equal to null, I used to say session dot close. But this time, okay, if no, this time, acha, there is no need of, acha, 2-3 sessions may be there. No need of calling this one, boss. Current thread related session, you get it. Current thread related session, you get it and remove it. Are you getting my point? Get to session. How to get the session? Session SCS is equal to null. SCS is equal to thread local dot get. Then okay, SCS dot close. That's better. No need of passing any session object here. Come on, yes. Because we are now going by thread basis, na? Get the session object of the current thread. Get the session object of the current thread. Yes, we got access it and we are okay closing it. And after that, what I will do? Thread local dot remove. What is need of that? Thread local dot remove. Remove that one also. Remove that one also, boss. Next, public static close factory or session factory. Close factory or session factory. Come on. If factory not equal to null, factory dot close. Guys, easy or difficult? Easy or difficult? Come on, guys. Easy only, na? Okay, boss. Here also small change, small enhancement I want to do. Array, if suppose close, per suppose thread close session is called 2-3 times. When if so close session is called 2-3 times, that time problem should not come. That time problem should not come. Are you getting my point? Yes. If a session not equal to null, okay, then only close the session, then only remove the session from the thread local. That's a better option. That's always better option. Are you getting my point there? Yes. Here is my what block here? Static block. Here is my what block? Static block. Here is my what method? Static method. Okay. Nitish, I know where to write, Ra Babu. You don't decide where to write. Nitish, I don't write two times, Ra Babu, worst fellow. Why in Eclipse I will modify the code. I know, yeah, I know how to utilize the time, please. In Eclipse, I will just modify the existing code, Ra Babu. In Eclipse, I will take already available Hibernate util.java and I will modify it. Come on, guys. Come on. How to explain also you are deciding. Huh? Great fellows. Okay. Because this code, if I don't write from scratch level, if I modify existing code while explanation, you don't understand. That's why I wantedly written scratch level. Okay. For explanation time, if I don't write, okay, client one, instead of client one, we will say task one. Okay. See, if I open, I think he's doing parallel practicals. Huh? Don't do that mistake. Task one. Now tell me here. Session SCS is equal to Hibernate util dot get session. Hibernate. First Hibernate util class will be loaded, boss. When loaded, what happens? When loaded, what happens? Thread local object is created. Thread local object is created. What object is created? Thread local object is created. Thread local object is created. Yes, created. Okay, nice. Then first time static block will execute. A, thread local object creation. B, static block execution. First time static block also executes. Don't forget that. Class loading happens now. That's why. C, static block execution. These are the things that will happen. So these are the things that will happen when you Hibernate util class is loaded. Now control goes to get session method. D. Session is equal to thread local dot get. Is there any session object in thread local? Is there any session object in thread local? No. Condition true. Factory is already created. Yes, this is successfully executed. Factory is already created. Configuration and factory objects are already created. Created or not created? Yes, definitely created. Come on, guys. Definitely created. Created. Factory dot to open session. One session object is created. Thread local dot set session. Now tell me. Okay, for what is the, let us assume task one request one is having thread one, T1. Task one request one is internally creating one thread called T1. Let us assume. Okay, boss. Here, what is this? Session object is created. Session object is created. Let us assume thread T1 they are dealing with. They are dealing with the thread T1. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. That is what? Okay. Checking all the things. Checking all the things. Trying to get, and all the things it is doing. And somehow this logic will execute. Somehow this logic will execute. somehow this logic will execute. So that is E. Because of E, this object is placed here. This object is placed here. Come on. And it returns that object F. And we will get that object G. We will get that object G. Are you getting my point there? Yes, boss. Next. Session SCS is equal to hibernate util dot get session of. Hibernate util dot get session of. Are you getting my point there or not? Hibernate util dot get session of. Here is my here is my what? What is that? Okay, I think same thing one na. So I will take one numbers one. Okay. Array, this time already class loaded Rababu. Already class loaded directly comes to get session. To get session. Thread local dot get, it will search here. 3 question mark. There are, yes, already there, already there, already there. 3 question mark for same thread na boss. Same thread, same thread. Don't forget same thread here, right? 3 question mark, 3 question mark. Come on. Why are you writing 2 times? I am wantedly writing. This is code, this is diagram. Wantedly I am writing twice. Certain numbers wantedly I am writing twice to tell that this is code reflection here, diagram reflection. Come on, Rasam, show some maturity. Why are you asking such kind of blind questions? Okay, here code level reflection, here diagram level reflection. Okay, searches in the thread local. Searches here means indirectly searches in the thread local. Come on. There, already there. Already there means 4. 4. And here 5. 5. Are you understanding my statement? Very fast or not? Very fast or not? Second time not wasted. Second time not wasted. Do you think it is wasted now? Do you think it's wasted? Do you think time wasted here? Okay. Using this hibernate util class. Using this hibernate util class. Using this hibernate util class. Today you learned something called thread local. Thread local. So many people don't know whether that class is there or not there also. But we are able to tell there is a class called thread local. A, B, hibernate util dot get session. Session 1 object. Let us assume session 1 object. Okay. Fine. Getting session 1, using session 1, our product details came. Okay. Now get vendor method is called E. Control F. Now tell me, according to the previous code here, session 2 na session 1 only. Come on, guys. Come on. Here session 1 na session 2 na. Now it will use session 1 here only. Here it will use session 1 only. Remaining all numbers are same, boss. Oh, okay. So it's now correct solution or not there. Now it is the correct solution or not there. Come on. Here we are using. Here we are using same session object, for multiple requests of, for multiple persistence operations of a same request or thread, same request or thread, same request or thread. Now onwards, you will prefer improvised hibernate util.java or old hibernate util.java, standalone or web application. Okay, whether you take multiple persistence operation each request or not, I don't know. Whether you take it or not, I don't have any problem. Whether you take it or not, whether you really perform or not, better to use what? Improvised hibernate util class or not there. Yeah, one more alternate is there, I will tell, don't worry. For this one more alternate is there, I will tell. I will talk that one also. I'll give one more alternate. I will give one more alternate for this. That's not a big deal. I think we all set for development now. Okay. Now on stop using old style of hibernate util class. Start using new style of hibernate util class. Start using new style. But that new style can be done in one more way. New style effect only, but easy way also there. Instead of we taking thread local, instead of we comparison, hibernate also can do internally. Hibernate also can do that work internally, but I will talk that one later. First, let me develop with our implementation, then we will go for another one. Okay, right. So maybe in our application not required, but now onwards we are going to follow this model. Because in our application, if you look at the diagram of our application, we are giving product ID and we should get only product details. No question of getting vendor details. Is there any provision to get the vendor details here? But you are interested to get vendor details also? How can we get new session object for second request? Are second request means second thread, na? Automatically new session object will be created, madam. Madam, second request, second thread. Thread name is changed now for second request. Okay, someone is asking me how come second object is created in second, how come session object is created? Okay, she is asking me one question. For second request, how come second session object will come? Okay, 1 minute. Since public has demanded me that task 2 or request 2. Tell me. Request 2. So thread T2. Thread T2. Okay, fine. Thread T2. Array, what numbers I should take here? Okay, fine. So I will take 2A kind of thing. Session SCS is equal to hibernate util dot get session. Get session. Hibernate util dots get session. Now tell me, Roman letters. Okay. Yeah, Roman letters I will use. Otherwise, we will do like this. Yeah. Otherwise, we will do like this. 2I. Okay. Roman letters. Okay. Roman uppercase letter we will take. This is A. This is a. What is this? A. Already Hibernate util class is loaded. Directly comes here. B. Directly comes here. B. C question mark. C question mark. There are not there. Not there. So that D will happen. Why not there? Because thread 2, having thread 2, is there any object? Not there. Come on. Not there. Then what happens? T2 question mark. I thought you are intelligent. You will understand this on your own. Okay, fine. T2 question mark. For new session object is created and kept for thread 2. Kept for thread 2. Okay, this is also D. Same D I am writing here. Okay, D. Super boss. After that, what next? After that, what next? This number E. Same thing comes here E. Same thing comes here E. Should I explain how second time will executing? Session SCS is equal to hibernate util dot get session. Hibernate util dot get session. Okay, hibernate util dot get session. Tell me. Roman letter 1. Roman letter 1. Okay. Sir, standalone also same flow na boss. Standalone, two different clients. Two different clients should come into picture, not one client. If it is standalone, two different clients. Here, client 1, client 2. Fine, boss. What is this? Number 1. Number 2. Number 2. Number 3. Question mark. There are not there. There are not there. There, sorry, already available. It will search here. There, definitely there. Okay. When there, it will directly collect it. 4 and here is 5. 4, 5. Yeah, whenever this logic is introduced, okay, in one thread, if you are trying to do multiple persistence operations, it will not create multiple session objects. It will try to use the same session object. I think you convinced whoever asked this question how it is creating one per thread, one per request. Come on, guys. Whoever asked that question, I hope they got the idea. Yeah, shall we go for it now? Yes, boss. Yes, boss. I think problem, solution, everything I discussed here. Okay. Syed Muhammad Raja, what is your question? Syed Muhammad Raja, what is your question? Tell me. I didn't get your question, Syed Muhammad. I'm giving 1 minute time. Clarify your question. One line up. One line up. I didn't get. Please type one more question. Your question gone somewhere. Will there be garbage collection for session object? See, boss. If it is a local variable, at the end of the method, object will be garbage collected. No separate garbage collection, boss. See, all these are there inside thread local. Thread local is instance variable. What kind of garbage collection happens for any other instance variable? Same garbage collection happens for this instance variable. If thread local is a static variable, what kind of garbage collection is there for other static variable? Same garbage collection for this thread local also. Understanding? Don't expect separate garbage collection for this. Don't expect separate garbage collection for this. Any other queries? I think you are getting satisfaction. You are learning something real time, something project specific. Sir, I have a question. Why are you insisting us to take same session object for related persistence operation? Simple theory, boss. Related persistence operation, same session object. Number one, performance advantage. Number two, if two persistence operations are done by using two session objects, indirectly two connections are used. Can I get transaction management control here? Can I have transaction management control? Or if two persistence operations are done by using same connection, when I say commit, con dot commit, both will be committed. When I say con dot rollback, both will be rolled back. Suppose if two persistence operations are happening, okay, by using two different connection objects, tell me this con dot commit, con dot rollback should be done on two connection objects. Okay, that will be very heavy or not? That will be heavy or not? Come on, guys. That will be bit heavy or not? I want reply. Depthness, you try to understand. Everyone got it or not there? Number one, performance advantage. Number two, okay, number two, easy transaction management. Because all persistence operation using single session means single connection. So when single connection is there, transaction management becomes easy. Do everything or nothing principle implementation becomes easy, right? Do everything or nothing principle based implementation becomes what? Easy. One HB session object. Hibernate get session method return session or thread local dot get method we should use. Sir, Sai Krishna one and the same na. Thread local dot get also it will return the same thing na boss. Both are one and the same boss. Thread local dot get also gives session object. Okay. One session object per all persistence operations of a request. All persistence operations of a request strategy gives the following advantages. Gives the following advantages. Good performance, less memory utilization, better control on transaction management. Okay. Better control on transaction management. Better control on transaction management. Next. Okay. Next one is what? So if thread local is used, session object becomes thread safe. Session object becomes thread safe. I think you got it. Yes, everyone got it. Okay, now listen. Yeah, if you take two session object, two caches, all are relevant, all are relevant only. If two session object, two caches, so again same problems will come. Caching benefits you will may lose, na? Caching benefits you will lose, right? Okay. Fine, all are irrelevant way, sir. In which situation there is a requirement of using multiple different session objects? Multiple different session object. I said, na, if they are irrelevant operation, then you can take same session, different session. That's up to you. But taking same session for multiple persistence operations of a request is always suggested. See, one request per one persistence operation, one session for one persistence operation. That's the strategy number one. One session per related persistence operations of a request. Are you getting my point there or not? Yes. Okay. Now listen. Procedure to develop. Procedure to develop web application using Gradle. So far we are developing standalone applications only. We didn't get a chance to develop what? Web application. Shall we start going for it now? Yes. Step number one, create Gradle project. What project here? Create Gradle project. New project, Gradle project. Okay. Gradle project. Tell me here. HB pros. What's the number? Any idea? Okay. 31. 31 web. HB pros 31 web. 31 web. Product search. Product search. See, I'm seriously not taking two persistence operation. I am taking single persistence operation each request. In future, I will tell how to take two persistence operations. But I want to make you people ready for that situation. Right now, when I give product number, I should get product details. That's it. When I give product number, I should get product details. Nothing else. Nothing great. Okay. Okay. Finish. In association mapping, when product and vendor tables are there in what relationship, I will talk all the stuff. Yes, we got it. We got it. This one. Step number two. Convert it into convert. Array, Soumya Ranjan, in a flow, they will come, Ra Babu. What do you mean by that? I should stop teaching all the things and I should directly go to association mapping. What's the meaning of that? Sir, if you ask me like this, this discourages me to teach in-depth, boss. If you ask me like this, when you will start this, that's the last topic of Hibernate 25 sessions I will conduct. Please, the people who, they don't ask any technical question, they ask only duration related question. Summer engine, I never seen you asking any question technically, but you are asking about when that association mapping will start. What's the use? It also will start, it also will be over. Because anyhow, you are not participating in the discussion. You never ask any questions related to subject. Huh? Worst fellows. Fine. Change your attitude, boss. Okay. Okay, fine. What is this? convert Gradle project into, yeah, that is the most important here. Okay, convert Gradle project into web application. Okay. Convert Gradle project into web application. Are you understanding my point there? Yes. Gradle project into web application. See, boss, right click, properties, project facets. Oh, sorry, project facets. Project facets. There you have to choose dynamic web module. You can choose latest version, no problem. Dynamic web module. Apply, close. That time this web content will come, web.inf will come. Otherwise they won't come, boss. These folders will come only after converting into web application. Otherwise it looks like a standalone application only. This web content, web.inf, come on. Web content, web.inf, all these things will come only when you convert the application into web application. Yeah, how to do that? Right click on project, properties, project facets, what is this? Dynamic web module. What module? Dynamic web. Select dynamic web module. Select dynamic web module. Okay. 4.0, 4.0, whatever it is. Arrow, apply. Select dynamic web module. We have to select this one, boss. This section we have to select. Okay. Dynamic web module. Okay. Yeah, fine, no problem. If you are interested, you can take Java 14, Java 13 I have, 13 I can take. Yes, boss, that is done. Step number 3. Step number 3. Okay, step number 3. What is this? Step number 3. Okay, change plugin to where, and also add the following jar files in build.gradle. What dot gradle here? Build.gradle. Here is our build.gradle, boss. Yeah, here we are having build.gradle where plugin, because I want to have a web application. Now I want to add some jars. I want to add some jars. Okay, what jars, boss? Servlet-api.jar. What -api.jar? Servlet-api.jar. MVN repository, yeah, fine. mvnrepository.com. Tell me. Servlet API. Web application now was. That's why I'm taking where. Tomorrow I want to generate where file. Then, come on, guys. Don't be innocent. Application is for standalone. Okay. Implementation. Implementation. That's fine. Next, Hibernate core. Hibernate core. That is having only 6 only. 5.4.21. Copy paste. Hibernate core. Next, OJDBC 10 or 8, whatever it is. OJDBC 8. 19.3 central, it's working nowadays. Say paste. Next, now onwards, we want to use server managed connection pool, boss. Here we don't want to use regular connection pool, server managed connection pool. That's one more thing. In this application, we want to use server managed connection pool. Come on. No need of any Hikari CPR, all these jars now. Forgot, na? Don't forget. Gradle, refresh Gradle. No problem. We can use OJDBC 6 also, not a issue. Fine. Some default packages have come. Remove them. Remove them. Remove them. Remove them. Remove them. Okay. Fine. Okay. We have to add these things in build.gradle, boss. In build.gradle. Yes, build.gradle is ready. Next step number 4. Step number 4. Come on. Step number 4. Create packages. Create packages. Right click, package. com.nt.entity. Package com.nt.entity. DTO. Same regular stuff. No test package today. com.nt.dao. New package. com.nt.service package. com.nt.cfzs package. com.nt.controller. Entity is there means BO is there, DTO is there. I decided not to take any VO. Anyhow, here we'll get web.xml and search.html. I will give directory structure later. For the timing, let me go to utility class, which is the independent class of everything. Go to previous example. We will change accordingly now. Copy this, copied. Now you tell the code. Someone said, "Na, you are wasting time, sir. You can write directly there, na." Now you tell me the changes. Say paste. Utility.java. Hibernate util.java. Hibernate util.java. Cool. Next. Nitesha. Private static. Private static thread local. Sir, if I directly modify through hard copy, through soft copy, who will explain those numbers and other things, Ra Babu? Please don't tell me how to explain, okay? Okay, thread local. Is equal to new thread local. Is equal to new thread local. Static block won't touch here. Yes. Get thread local from get session from thread local. Get session object from thread local. Thread local dot get. If session double equal to null. If session double equal to null, then factory not equal to null. Session object is created. Come on. Thread local dot set. Thread local dot set. What is that here? Thread local dot set session. Sorry, the current thread will be taken as session automatically. Fine. End of the if condition. Okay. Nice. Here close session is also there. Okay. Session SCS is equal to null. SCS. Thread local dot get. Session SCS. No need of having session now. Okay, get from thread local. If it is there, close. If it is there, close. Then also remove from thread local dot remove. Okay. I think I need not to touch close session factory. I have to touch only this one. Guys, easy. Now major changes are there or not there. So what is the best code? So earlier Hibernate util code is good. This Hibernate util code is good. Earlier Hibernate util code is good. This Hibernate util code is good. This code is good. Are you understanding my point? Sir, I don't want write thread local logic. I want Hibernate should take care of all these things internally. Wait for few days, I will show that also. Wait for few days, I will show that also. As a continuation, I will show that also. Don't worry. Everyone got the clarity now? Come on. Come on, come on. Right. So right now I am not taking two persistence operation for one request, but in future I may take. In future I may take when I'm dealing with multiple tables, association mapping, collection mapping, inheritance mapping kind of thing. But I want to make you people aware of that. So for that purpose, I have shown the problem, solution, and all the stuff. I think you enjoyed today's class. Day to day, you are feeling you can work more close to industry or not. We are not concentrating on just outputs. I am analyzing subject like anything. Today we learned what is that? Thread local and what is the importance of what? One session per related persistence operations of each request and how to modify Hibernate util.java to satisfy that strategy. To satisfy that strategy because entire industry, okay, entire industry follows one session per one request related multiple persistence operation. Entire industry follows this strategy. Got it? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Today evening, all classes are there. Thank you. Have a nice time. Sunday Spring data is shared today morning. Check it out.